Join us as we make lobster rolls and camp with an awesome sunset view.
It's a Friday night in April, and Kate, Coco, and I are headed to a state forest to check out a spot I've been wanting to camp at for quite some time now. I've been to this area in the winter before, but it was cloudy and snowy and we didn't really have any view. If we're able to get to the spot that I have pinned, we should have a perfect view of the sunset and of some mountains off in the distance. We've got great weather tonight, so now let's make it to the campsite.
We made it to the lookout and it's gonna be an awesome spot and an awesome sunset. What do you think of the view?
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's awesome. Other than the bugs, it looks like it's gonna be an awesome time. There definitely used to be a fire ring right here and I don't know why it's gone. And I did see a tent stake over this way, so people have camped here before. I found this spot on iOverlander and it doesn't say no camping anywhere. There's a log of wood we'll probably use. So I think we'll be good. Before we make the lobster rolls, we're gonna have a little snack. We are on state land in a state forest, so I think this should be a fine site because I have seen people mark it before as an official campsite, but I can't seem to find one of the little yellow discs on a tree marking the official site. This is Coco's first time camping with us since November because of her leg surgery. You can still see where they shaved her hair back here. You excited, Coco? When we first pulled up, I thought I wanted to stay there, but as you can see, the car's kind of slanted a little bit. So I think when we open the tent, we're actually going to pull back over this way. All right, Coco, are you ready?
Come on, look over here.
Oh, hey, Coco. Awesome. I just got a Polaroid, and it should be an awesome photo. While Kate's getting our snacks ready, I figured I'd open up the tent. It's about 7:15, and I figured I'd fly the drone up for a little bit before it gets darker. I just can't get over how awesome this view is.
Tonight for dinner, we're making lobster rolls. We actually got this already cooked lobster at the store. They were out of live lobsters, and we found a recipe online for a spin-off on a traditional lobster roll where we're actually going to saute it in butter and then we're going to put it in a mayo dressing. So it's kind of like a split between a hot and cold traditional lobster roll.
But first, we're having a little meat and cheese and cucumber plate on the special homemade by my dad 4Runner cutting board.
This all looks good.
Yeah, it does. The sky is really pretty.
Yeah, it's awesome looking. It's nice that it's lighter later now.
Yeah, it is.
I really like these ciders. I had them one other time in college, something by this brand.
That's cool.
And I thought it was good.
I'm glad you like it. It was really warm and sunny when we got here, but now that the sun went down and the breeze picked up a little bit, it's definitely kind of cold. I think I'm going to get a sweatshirt too. Coco, are you happy to be back on our little trips? I think she is. I think she's enjoying it. Cheers. This is pretty good. This is a sour beer I got from a local place, and it was on sale for $1. Before it gets any darker out, we're going to walk over to the fire tower and check that out, and then we're going to be making our lobster rolls. Are you ready to see the tower, Coco? It's really just a short walk up this gravel road over to the tower, and I believe they took the bottom steps off of it because it's not in the best shape, so we're not going to be able to go up it. What do you think, Coco? You can see the stairs aren't there on the two lower levels, and it's a relatively tall tower, and if I zoom in, you'll be able to see that it looks pretty rusty and part of the roof is missing. You can see our car down there, so we are really close, and there is a road going around the tower. so we could really drive up here if we wanted to. For people that are watching that are from the Northeast, you may or may not have heard of the New York Fire Tower Challenge, and I think it's about 30 fire towers, and there's 5 in the Catskills and the rest are in upstate New York, and Coco has hiked all but 4 of them. Coco, that's pretty impressive. You need to get back into hiking. This is definitely an awesome spot. I think the last time I had a lobster roll was this past July when my friend Evan and I did a week-long trip to Maine. We went to Portland and Bar Harbor and Baxter State Park. If you've never been to Baxter State Park, it's worth checking out, especially if you're into hiking. I want to rephrase that. If you like hiking, Baxter is a good place to check out if you've never been. But if you're not really into hiking and don't really like wilderness areas, it's not really for that type of person because there's really not much there. And I don't even think they allow dogs in the park. Here's another bug, but I just found a tick on me down here and was able to pick it off while it was still crawling around. And I'm sure we're going to have to look over Coco pretty well. I'm surprised Coco didn't smell this on the way here, but I brought her a chewy. Here you go. Our olive oil is finally not frozen for the season. It's been in the back of the car. It kind of looks like a lot of sweet potato fries, but this was only like less than half of the bag. Is it time for the lobster now?
Yep.
This is gonna be really good. This is my favorite seasoning. It's basically like a garlic-based seasoning. I'm gonna be adding it to our fries.
We didn't have a big bowl, so I'm kind of just making our own little separate dressing for the lobster rolls in these bowls here. And I mixed mayonnaise, lemon juice, chives, and celery.
I think these are going to be really good and really tasty, so thank you in advance.
Yeah, they look delicious.
I forgot to move the car back before we started dinner, but that's okay. So after we close these drawers, I'll just move the car back to where we're going to sleep. How are the fries looking?
They look good. All right, let's see how it is.
A plus.
Now we're gonna put some lobster in each of these bowls.
Now that we've got our lobster and our sauce, the last thing is to warm up the buns. These rolls look really good. Coco, do you know it's the sound of an ATV? So I think there's 4 of them in total. That last one's a side-by-side. Coco's excited. She's wagging her tail. I don't know if you can see it.
This looks pretty good.
Kate's is done and it looks good. She put some green onions on the top. You want to give it a try for us?
Yeah.
How is it? It looked really good.
It's really yummy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
All right, give it a try.
We forgot about the fries, so we put most of them away since we're not really in the mood, but I'm sure they're still really good. We're just cleaning up from dinner and the people on the ATVs are now leaving. They were hanging out by the fire tower for a little bit. As you can see, we just cleaned up from dinner and now we are going to have a fire. But first, we're going to move the car back this way. I just got the car moved back a couple feet and now we're going to be having a fire. As always, we bring our wood in one of these trasharoo bags. They work pretty well for transporting firewood, but ours is getting a little beat up and ripped since I think I've had it for 5 years now. Coco, are you ready for a fire? I got the axe and the fire starter. Our favorite fire starters to use are these little cubes by Duraflame. You think I'll be able to cut the wood on the first swing?
Maybe the second. That's my guess. Oh, wow. Nice job.
I think this wood's pretty dry, so I don't think we'll have problems with it dying out, but we'll have to see, I guess. I think I spoke too soon earlier. The wood just really doesn't want to catch. Coco, how are you enjoying your first campfire of 2023? Why do you have a leaf in your mouth? I think you're having a good time, Coco. We're still sitting out here by our fire. It kind of like went up a little bit and then died down, and it's about 10 o'clock, so we don't think we're going to bother putting any more wood on it at this point. We can hear it's wetter than I thought it was because you can hear it sizzling, and we're going to be heading to bed soon. Kate didn't really like her beer, so we're going to pour it on the rest of the fire just to put it out. It probably isn't what you're supposed to do, but I guess it's better than leaving a burning fire going. Kate's over there putting the chair away, and I'm going to be giving Coco water before bed. And we have a little electronic water spout in the back. And usually I bring a splitter so I can plug both the fridge and the 12-volt water pump in, but I forgot it, along with the bug spray and Kate's headlamp. I just plugged the water in, and then I'll show it to you back here. It's this one, and it has a little 12-volt pump in it, and you can move this all around. And then up here you've got your on and off, and there's just like food grade silicone tubing, and the pump is down here and it can move around. I got this idea for this exact jerry can setup from a couple called Wanderlust Overland on YouTube, and they kind of do more like build how-to videos more so than trip videos. Do you want to give us a demonstration on how it works, Kate?
Yeah.
I already explained, so if you just want to show them how it turns on. And there you go. Now you have running water, and it's really easy to take this in and out to fill it up places rather than having like a huge tank. And I just strap it up here next to the fridge. That's kind of why I built this wall. One, so that things don't fall in under the fridge when you slide it out. And so I had a place to like secure this too, so it didn't slide and bounce all over the place. We're almost ready to climb up in the tent. We just brushed our teeth, and Coco's getting antsy. Right around bedtime, she always walks around the car and wants to get in, since that's where she sleeps. Coco used to sleep up in the roof tent with us, but one night when it was raining, we just decided to have her sleep in the car. And we put a blanket out, and she likes to either lay right back here or curled up on the front passenger seat. That is the main reason why I have these Carhartt seat covers covering the Softex, because she always likes to walk around up here, and I have a cover on this as well. I don't think I've ever mentioned or talked about this before, but a reason why we have this ladder on the back is, one, for convenience. We don't have to deal with bringing that other telescoping ladder around with us and have it take up room in the car. Second reason is I climb up here occasionally to help strap down the paddle boards, and we do often bring the paddle boards along with us in the summer, so it is helpful for that. But the biggest reason is that because I have this ARB awning over on this side and then the shower awning on the other side, I don't really have a place for the mounts for the original ladder that comes with the tent to mount to. I can still slide them on the track, but the ladder doesn't sit on it properly because the awnings are in the way. So that's something to consider if you're thinking about getting a roof tent and you have awnings on both sides of your car. If they do make a ladder for the back of whatever car you own, it is convenient. Again, it's an added cost, but it is nice not having to deal with bringing around that telescoping ladder. I think this is the last thing to go up in the tent.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is that blanket we always put out for Coco, but even though we do that, she still likes to stay up here. I just cracked the windows for Coco. Kate's already up in the tent, and now I'm ready to go up there too, and we'll check in the morning. Good morning. We slept pretty well, I'd say, although in the middle of the night it did get pretty windy, and it's still kind of windy out. And let's see how sunny it is. It's supposed to be kind of like a more cloudy day, and I already hear ATVs off in the distance, so maybe they'll be coming up again. It's definitely a little bit cloudier than it was last night, but it's still pretty nice. It's not too cold. Hey Coco, how did you sleep? Are you ready to go outside? Okay, I'll come down and get you in a second. It's time to get Coco. Hey. You ready?
Good morning, Coco.
Good morning, Coco. Where's your leash? It's definitely cold enough out for me to be wearing a winter hat. With this breeze and the colder temperature, I could definitely have pants on as well. Coco, where are you taking me? We walked down the road a little bit away from the car, and we found this old little fire pit. Thank you. Here you go, Coco. I think for breakfast we're going to be splitting a Perfect Bar and a yogurt. We've got a vanilla yogurt and a peanut butter Perfect Bar.
I like this yogurt. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. Our little breakfast that we shared was good. It's about 9 a.m. and I'm going to take a picture of us with the tripod, and then we're going to be closing up the tent and heading out to do something fun. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We just put Coco in the car, and now Kate's going to be going up and closing the tent. As you can see, we just packed up the tent and brushed our teeth, and now it is off to go find a spot to hike and or rock climb. So we're going to actually go home and drop Coco off, and as long as it doesn't rain, we're going to be heading up to the Lake George region to go on some type of hike. We're now up near Lake George, and after we left the campsite, we drove home and had lunch and took Coco on a little walk, and then we actually drove Kate's car up to Bolton Landing, and we're currently signing in to the Thomas Mountain Trailhead. And then once we're done with this, we're going to do another small hike in Bolton Landing called the Pinnacle that overlooks Lake George. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I am.
It'll be a good hike.
I'm excited.
I have done this hike before, but not in a while. And I believe this trail goes to both Cat and Thomas Mountains. There's like a Y intersection up here, but we're only going to be going to Thomas Mountain today, and it should be about 3.1 miles in total. You can see, according to the sign, we have to go this way, and it's only 0.8 miles in this direction to Thomas Mountain. Kate recently got these new Salomon hiking shoes. This is probably her second hike with them. I think they look really good, and apparently they're a lot more comfortable than her older ones.
Thanks. Yeah, I like them, and they fit me really, really well.
I think we're getting close. Wow, it's really windy, but I think we made it to the summit, and it took us about 35 minutes, and it was 1.71 miles. There used to be a cabin up here, and I think a very long time ago there was a fire tower up here, but it's since gone. But you can see there's an awesome view. You can see Lake George is right down that way, and there's a good view of other mountains over this way. Kate, what do you think of the view?
It's really pretty, and we got lucky with it being clear.
Yeah, we did. You can see there's an outhouse over that way, and I think this used to be the general area of where that cabin was.
That was an awesome view, and I would definitely recommend this hike. We'll check in at the next one.
At the trailhead for the next hike now, as you can see. The trailhead is at the back of the lot, and it should be a quick and easy hike. We just signed the trail register, and it's right about 4 p.m. Are you having fun yet, Kate?
Yeah, this is another nice hike.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's not too long. We're going off the trail a little bit because there's an older abandoned cabin down this way. What do you think? Would you live here?
This is kind of creepy.
Yeah, it is kind of creepy. Used to be able to go in, but the door is now locked, and the windows look like they've been replaced since the last time I've been here. So maybe someone's fixing it up. Over here, the front window and this door are open, so maybe I'll be able to look inside. I was able to step up on these rocks and look on in through this open window. It definitely looks cleaner than the last time I was here, and it is taller than I remember. Kate, what do you think? Are you ready to move in?
Yep, it's just what I wanted.
I thought you'd like it. It definitely seems like your style. We're almost there. Basically one more curve, and then that's it. Here we go. We're basically almost there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's an awesome view. So what do you think? Was it worth the hike in?
Oh, yeah, I feel like this view is even more awesome than the last hike.
Yeah, I would agree. We're near Bolton Landing, and this is just like the narrow region with the little islands. You can see a boat going down there. I think this is my favorite little hike near Lake George. I'm gonna go stand down on this rock. Again, as you can see, it's an awesome view, and I would say the hike is pretty doable even if you're not into hiking. You can probably come up here and see this. After this, we're gonna head home, take Coco on another walk, and then make something for dinner. And as always, thanks for watching.